of 2018, Mandy Rose and Naomi began feuding with each other after Rose started flirting with Naomi's real-life husband, Jimmy Uso. Mandy made several attempts to seduce Jimmy and even invited him to lock her up in the Uso Penitentiary, aka her hotel room. Jimmy should have given the hotel key to this guy.
Oh, that's like what he sees. Oh my. Run, Mandy! No. I don't know what he's doing there.
After Jimmy Uso somehow made it to the hotel room, Mandy Rose undressed to her lingerie, ready for Jimmy's Jimmy. It was all a ploy by Mandy though, but little did she know that Jimmy Uso brought some company.
Oh hell no! Oh! That's all you got?
The whole storyline was bad, and even Mandy's partner, Sonya Deville, couldn't stop shaking her head throughout. Who regrettably remembers this disaster of a storyline? After 3 straight losses to John Cena,
they call me the Golden Shovel.
Rusev blamed Lana for his last defeat and banished her from accompanying him.
Lana does not speak for me. I speak your stupid American language perfectly. You betrayed me.
Shortly after, Lana began a relationship with Dolph Ziggler, while Rusev allied himself with Summer Rae. Each week the two couples went back and forth in segments that did no one good.
His name, judging by his ugly looks, by his skinny legs, I'd say let's name him Dog Ziggler.
It's safe to say that the whole angle was a mess from start to finish, and this was compounded by the fact that Rusev and Lana got engaged IRL. As a result, the WWE had no choice but to acknowledge this, and the storyline thankfully came to a screeching halt. Summer Rae had some strong words to say to Rusev.
Narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical, jealous, lying, cheating bastard!
This is perhaps one of the weirdest and darkest romance angles, if you can even call it that, in WWE history. It all started when Kane got rejected by Lita. So, what did he do? He kidnapped and impregnated her. That sounds like Kane. The big red monster then forced Lita to marry him.
We'll consummate our marriage.
After winning a Till Death Do Us Part match against Matt Hardy at SummerSlam 2004. Unsurprisingly, when it came to the wedding, things didn't turn out the way it was planned. Lita would go on to miscarry the baby after a debuting Snitsky hit Kane from behind with a steel chair, causing him to fall on Lita. This led to the infamous segment,
Shut up!
where Snitsky kicked a baby into the crowd in order to torment Lita.
It wasn't my fault.
After all of this somehow blew over, Kane and Lita bumped into each other backstage years later in what was a very awkward encounter. Vince McMahon has been involved in a number of romance storylines, with Sable, Tori Wilson, and Stacy Keibler, just to name a few. But one that stood out for all the wrong reasons was his on-screen relationship with Trish Stratus. The chairman often made out with Stratus, and once even made out with her in front of his wife as she helplessly watched on. McMahon eventually grew tired of Stratus and took to humiliating her on several occasions. As you do. Firstly, by dumping sewage on her, and secondly, forcing her to strip down, get on her hands and knees, and bark like a dog.
These people have seen enough of you. No, they haven't! They need to see more!
All of this left a sour taste, but Stratus did manage to get her revenge, with the help of The Rock and Rikishi. From past romance angles, surely the WWE would have learned by now that they should just stop doing them. But then again, this is the WWE we're talking about. Just recently, the WWE decided to go with the storyline of who is the father to Maria Kanellis' baby. It certainly wasn't her husband, as Maria made that clear.
We all know who the father truly is of my child. It's Ricochet.
I would never. Not that I wouldn't. Boy!
Just when we thought the storyline couldn't get any more absurd, it did! A returning Rusev was instead announced as the father of Maria Kanellis' child. With a moustache like that, he can get all the ladies pregnant. As for Mike Kanellis, he wanted no part of the Bulgarian brute, and just came to accept him as the father.
You know what? At this point, I'm okay with it. Congratulations.
Mike Kanellis is a clear beta cuck.
But wait! The plot thickens! As Bobby Lashley made his return from injury with Rusev's wife, Lana, by his side, and the two locked lips.
Is kissing Rusev's wife!
What is it they say? Once you go black, you never go back.